Alright, what is up everybody? It's your boy TTurmDawg here coming at you with a video. Today we are doing a beach house vlog where I'm heading over to my cabin for the 4th of July. We got the two doggos over here, Max and Dino, just flat out chilling in the car, straight up just vibing right now. So yeah, we have a family tradition where for every 4th of July and a few times during the rest of the year, my family and I will drive out to our cabin. I'm not going to say where it is because I'm not going to dox myself, but we drive for about 2.5 hours down to a place in South Washington where we have our cabin, and we go out there for a few days out of the year and we just chill out. So we go there for 4th of July because the firework restrictions are relatively loose down there, so it's always fun to light fireworks. You also go to the beach regularly, and we also sometimes will go-kart racing and go out for ice cream. We were only there for 2 days this time, so we couldn't do everything, but I still had a good time. I really have no idea how this happened, but for some particular reason, Max decided to sit literally on top of Dino in the car, and Dino just doesn't mind at all, which is, I respect that for him. But yeah, so unfortunately, Max and Dino did not really like car rides. They were whining pretty much the entire time, but hey, Max used to at this point. He doesn't complain. So after about 2.5 hours, he showed up at our cabin in the evening, and this is the view that we have outside. It's a really awesome view of the sunset. So we showed up at some point in the evening, and the dogs are obviously really happy to be there because they love going to the cabin, and I love going to the cabin as well, so we were all really happy. The next day, my parents and I went down to town to go grocery shopping for some dinner stuff. So we have a bit of a family tradition where we go and grill burgers every time we go down there. So we got some burger patties, we got some hamburger buns, and we had a good time. We also had my favorite part, which is going by this really cool ice cream parlor, and of course I got, objectively speaking, the best ice cream flavor there is. That is chocolate mousse royale ice cream with hot fudge on top and a waffle cone, and unfortunately I got a little bit on my hands right now, so we're gonna ignore them, pretend that's not there. Later that afternoon, since I got back home, I took Max and Dino out for a walk. They obviously both love going out for walks. Dino especially does, so I actually had to keep him on a very tight leash because he'll flat out run off and pull me with him. Max obviously has been leash trained very, very well, so he actually knows to just follow me and stay on the sidewalk whenever we go, so that's why I'm not holding on to him. But I still have a leash with me, or I guess on his neck, just in case something happens, so that's why he's walking around with a leash around his neck and why I'm not actually holding it. Max, for some weird reason though, has a bit of a weird habit of kind of wandering off whenever you take him out for walks, so I guess he's literally just like me, spacing out. But he's also trained to come when his name is called, so I don't really have that much of a problem with him wandering off like that. But there was one time when he walked in front of a moving car, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Unfortunately, Max started to get pretty tired, so we couldn't actually go to the beach, so we stopped at this really nice bridge on the way there that we always stop by, and this bridge has a lot of importance to us because it's been there for a very long time, and we have obviously a really great view of the river leading through it. So we stopped over here for a few minutes, got some really cool pictures and videos taken, and then we took a break and headed home. And this is a really cool view of the sunset that we took when I got back home preparing for the 4th of July, and it looks really, really cool. And so now you see why I like going out here so much, is because we get awesome views like that you don't really get back home for me. And at that point, I was getting ready for the 4th of July. So these are the fireworks that we got last year. Unfortunately, we couldn't actually go fireworks shopping this year because we didn't actually have the time, but we had a lot of leftovers from last year, so that's what we're doing now. And here you see me going over and lighting off fireworks. Yay! I have a bit of an interesting habit of lighting off multiple fireworks at the same time. I would not recommend doing this at home, you guys, but I have a good time, and I'm a bit of a professional, not to flex. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I guess you could say I'm a bit of a fireworks expert myself. And to cap off an amazing night of fireworks, I of course went over and made some s'mores, and as a man of culture, everybody knows to burn your marshmallows instead of actually taking the time to roast them over the fire. And the next day, I went back on the car ride heading home. The drive was a little bit miserable because I didn't actually have earbuds with me, and that was not very fun because I had to kind of twiddle my thumbs the whole time because there wasn't any internet connection in the car, but I survived because I got some really cool pizza on the way there, as you can see here. And of course, I can't do a pet video without, of course, featuring my favorite cat in the whole world, Nala, who is just vibing over here under this bench right now. I think she was very, very happy to see me. I think part of it was because her food bowl was empty, because she ate all of her food that we left for her, so she was pretty hungry, but she's just chilling right now, so she was very, very happy to see us come back, and I was happy to see her too. Alright, so that concludes my 4th of July cabin vlog thing featuring my pets, I guess. Yeah, so unfortunately, I left Nala behind because she hates car rides, and the prospect of being in a car for 2.5 hours would be absolutely miserable for her. And also, she's a bit of an outdoor cat, so she would probably, like, run away and go missing forever if we took her to the cabin with us. So, yeah, we kept her behind, but she was doing just fine now. So, we have some more Nala content for you guys because Nala's definitely a fan favorite for my subscribers, so flat out chilling right now, so I'm gonna put her down now. But on a more serious note, Max is almost 14 years old, and he's definitely been starting to show up at this point. He doesn't eat very much anymore. There was like a 5-day span where he would throw up like 2 or 3 times a day. He has a hard time going to the bathroom. When I took him to the cabin with us, he couldn't even walk up the stairs by himself. I literally had to go over and like grab him by the waist and carry him up the stairs to take him where he needed to go. And that was a big hassle. And yeah, he can't even go up the stairs anymore. So he has a hard time walking. He has a hard time standing up, hard time sitting down. His strength in his back 2 legs is really starting to go away. So, you know, he's getting old. But the good news is I took him to the emergency vet last Thursday. I actually had to get up like 6 o'clock in the morning actually to take him there because they don't do appointments, so they actually just do walk-ins. So yeah, so I had to get there before everybody else showed up. But so the vet said, okay, we don't think there's anything seriously wrong with him, so they did blood work and everything, and they didn't see anything, they did a physical, and they didn't notice anything that's too severe. He said that relatively speaking he's actually pretty healthy for his age, but they did say that there's probably some kind of inflammation going on in his intestines, which can sort of be, I guess, resolved like by itself. But they gave some medication that would help stimulate his appetite and help deal with his nausea, and it's been about a week since we last went there, and he hasn't thrown up. He's been eating regularly. He's been going to the bathroom, which is a good sign. And you know, the whole thing with like walking around, we gave him some pain medication and some stuff that would help out with the joints as well, because you know he's getting old, so it's like, what can you do about that? But yeah, basically Max is doing fine right now. He's doing okay, but you know, obviously we got to keep an eye on him and make sure his situation doesn't deteriorate more, because then we got to take him back and everything and get him checked out. So you know the whole deal. But basically Max is doing okay, so I'm relatively optimistic that, you know, we're out of the woods now. But it's just a matter of going over and preparing and going over and saying like, yeah, Max is getting old, so at some point in the next maybe 6 months, year or so, I might have to say goodbye to Max, and that's really difficult. I'm doing my best not to think about it at this point, but I want to be transparent with you guys and say, hey, this very well might be the last time that Max will be featured in a video unless I have some other pet vlog pretty soon. But yeah, Dino is 4, Nala is 9, 10, so you know they're doing just fine for now. Nala's doing fine, Dino's doing fine, so you don't have to worry about them for the time being. We're gonna be completely fine for now. But yeah, now you guys know. So with that, I think I'll end the video. So thank you so much for watching YouTube. I will see you in the next video. Peace.